In this video, we'll be hunting a box of nickels. We'll be looking from anything from before 1960, including Silver War nickels, Buffalo nickels, or anything older. We'll also be looking for any foreigns, proofs, errors, or varieties, or any other interesting things that we can find. And I have checked this box for enders. I don't see any enders, so if we have some good finds from inside the rolls, and if this box doesn't produce enough finds, I'll probably add a second box onto this video. So let's start the hunt on nickel box number 1, and I'll bring you in when we have our first find. First roll of the hunt gave us a find from the 40s and one from the 50s. The 40s is 1940 from Philly in decent shape, and 50s was a 1956 out of Denver. Just opened roll 10, and we're going to get the first foreign of the hunt, just a couple coins in. It's just going to be a Canadian nickel, and it is from 1989. Roll 11, we have a couple more finds from the 50s, and these ones are 1952 from Denver and 1957 that's also from Denver. Next roll, we have our second nickel from the 40s, and this one's going to be 1941 out of Denver. Just opened roll 15, we're going to have the second foreign of the hunt, and it's actually in the same spot of the roll as the last one, just a couple coins in. This looks like it's going to be another Canadian nickel, which it is, and this one is 1992 Commemorative. Next roll, and we're going to have another find from the 40s. This one is 1947 out of Philly. Roll 20, we're going to have yet another find from the 40s. This one is another 1941, but this one's from Philly. Just opened roll 24. We're going to have the third foreign of the box, but this one's not going to be from Canada. It's one away from being an ender, and yep, that's what I thought it was going to be. It's going to be a Swiss coin, probably a 20 Rappen from 1970. Yep, Swiss 20 Rappen from 1970. I found a few of these before. Pretty cool to find. Don't see them too often. It's definitely cool to find foreign that's not from Canada. Roll 26, and we have a couple more older nickels, and they are another 1941 Philly and 1957 that's also from Philly. Roll 33, we just have a couple of finds from the late 50s. First is a pretty beat up 1957 from Denver, and a 1959 that's also from Denver. Roll 35, had a find from the 40s and one from the 50s. The 40s is 1947 out of San Francisco, and the 50s is another 1959 Denver. Just open the next roll, roll 36, and there's a few discolored nickels in this roll, but this one right here, I think it's going to be a 35% Silver War nickel. Let's pull it out and see if I'm right. And it is. It's a 1945 out of Denver, 35% Silver War nickel found. That is an awesome find for the box. Roll 37, and I already pulled out 1958 out of Denver, but I bring you in because we're going to have another great find, because we're going to get a proof nickel. It's a 1978 S-proof nickel. Decent shape. It is circulated, but it's not too bad for being found in circulation. That's another great find for the hunt, along with the silver. This box is pretty awesome. Roll 38, we have the oldest nickel of the hunt. It is from the 1930s. It's a 1939, but it's just a 1939 Philly. It's not the DDR, but still, it's the first 30s find of the hunt. That's an awesome find. And the roll also had a nickel from the 40s, 1940, out of Philly. Roll 41, and I already pulled out another 50s nickel, 1957 from Denver. But I bring you in because I just uncovered the second 1939 of the box. First one I knew was a Philly because I saw reverse first, but this one I don't know. Hopefully it's a DRS to be a key date. And it's not. It's just another 1939 Philly, some corrosion on the back as well. Doesn't look like the DDR, but still, it's the second 30s nickel of the box. Last roll of the box had one last find, which was another 1957 out of Denver. And since this box was so good, I'm just going to keep this a one box hunt, so I'll be back with the wrap up. Nickel box has been hunted, so let's go over the finds. We ended up with 6 estimates, 3 foreigns, 2 Canadians in 1989 and 1992, and one from Switzerland, which was awesome. 1970 20 Rappen, found a few of them before, always cool to find. We did also have one 2009 for the box, and it's a 2009 Philly, which I haven't seen in a while. We did also get a proof near the end, 1978 as proof. It's in decent condition, although it's circulated, still always awesome to see a proof. Now for the older Jeffersons, we ended up with 19, which is definitely a good amount for one box. No really better dates or anything in here, other than we did get a couple 1939 Phillies, which is definitely great to see. Now for the find of the box, we did get silver. A 1945 Denver, 35% silver war nickel. Always a great box when you can find silver or buffalo. We found silver in this one, which is awesome. And paired with all the other awesome finds we got in the box, this was definitely a really fun nickel box.